What's up, everybody? Good morning. It's Saturday. Right on. All right, I'm doing something different this morning because I don't know if you can really see behind me, but that's a wall of fog back there. I can't see anything. It's flat calm, obviously. I'm out in front of a night of shores, give or take, according to my electronics, and I could run with my electronics down through the fog. I'm not going to. I don't know what's out there or who's out there. Probably nobody this early. It's 5:42 in the morning. I left my house at 5. It's taken me 45 minutes to get this far. So I'm like, instead of going fast and risking something, I'm gonna just hold a rod in my hand. I put one of my favorite, all-time, old-fashioned favorite trolling lures out here, and that is a Rapala tail dancer. That particular plug has been the demise of many a walleye on a night of lake for me. So let's get this out. It's early and I'm going slow and somewhat shallow, so I'm going to assume I'm not putting it out there very far. 50 yards maybe? 50 feet? Yeah, 50 feet. And I'm just going to hold the rod and see what happens. So it's 5:45 now. I will check back with you guys at 6 at the top of the hour and see what's happened. What's up, everybody? It's 6:15. I trolled for a half an hour. I didn't catch anything but weeds, and I'm off of Muskrat Bay right now in 17-foot of water, and I feel like I got to get moving and get out of the. I'm somewhat near the middle of the channel in the west end because I just had a boat go zipping by me, and still the visibility's opened up a little bit, but it's no more than 500 feet. So I kind of got that feeling like I was in the meat seat. So I'm going to try and power up some and get out here by the islands where they offer me a little protection from people zipping crossways. And once I get to the east end of the islands, I'll make a decision if I want to run out into open water or fish around the islands until I can see, because you can't see, cannot see. And I don't want to be collateral damage on a throttle jockey out here when my head's on a swivel. So I'll talk to you guys in a little while. It cleared up a little bit. You can see it's almost quarter to 7, yeah. The fog cleared up and I was able to run down the lake to where I've been, and the wind picked up a little bit, and that's what cleared the fog. Well, we got it pushed some more back in because you could see both sides of the lake from the middle, and then all of a sudden you couldn't. And you got guys zipping around out here on plane. Right now I got about 500 foot of visibility, but I started looking I'm on the windward side right here. The wind's coming this way, so I'm checking this side to see if I want to fish here. I already know I want to fish here, but they're there. But you follow my cursor and you'll see how I check this windward side. Like I say, this is the windward side. I'm going to go up here and make a loop. Right there. Clusters of them right on the edge. Bait. It's close quarters. What's up, my brother? Loaded right there. don't like this many people around, though, I can tell you that much. I shouldn't say that. In these conditions. What's up, everybody? It's 7 a.m. and all is not well. I have made one small drift up over this little knob. The windward side started in 27 foot of water, and it was filthy with fish 2 to 4 foot off the bottom. First cast, third jig, crack, short, a little guy. Oh, there's a pile of them right there. So, but it's still foggy. You can see behind me, like it's still, it breaks up. The wind is moving. Boy, it is filthy with fish right there. Let's see. I'll show you guys. It's like we're doing a ride along. So I'm trying to graph this. This is the windward side right now. The wind's pushing in this way. It's foggy, but there's a pile of boats right here, right in close proximity, and I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I can't get set up on the drift, and everybody's tight. So I'm like, I'm just gonna leave and go find other ones. And this whole piece of structure is holding so many fish that they're not just in one spot. Look at them right here. So you can see I want to look at this inside edge. This is where the wind's blowing in. This is what I want to check. And along that windward drop off, it's even though it's running down along it. But that first drift, I had a pile of fish. I only touched that one little one. That first drift was the glow goby. If I could have got back on that same drift, the next drift I was going to go and throw Homey the clown, throw the blade bait. And then I thought, well, if they're suspending that far off the bottom and they're 2-3 feet off the bottom feeding, maybe I run a drop shot down through there, either put a big 3.5 inch leech on it, or a flatworm, or even a swim bait. You could easily do that too, and run the lead long, 3-4 feet, and keep it up there in the water column the whole way perfectly. You know, it's running parallel with the bottom, 3 foot off the bottom, boom. But I couldn't get back on that same drift. So this first drift, wherever I start, see that cluster? There's 1, 2, 3, 4. They're right on the edge of the cone, which is why they show up as, depends on where they are underneath the cone, like this, is how heavy they mark. But you get them right underneath you, and they glow, and they're big. So now see this little point off this reef? We're gonna look, I assume that they're gonna be right there. Whoa, this guy's on plane. Dude. 15 feet from me. Jeez. It's foggy out here, guys. It's no time to be racing around. See him right there? I'm gonna drift this side. I'll get back to you at 8 and tell you what happened. What's up, everybody? It's 9 a.m. It's been 2 hours. Part of 1 hour I spent shooting the breeze out here with a couple friends that pulled up in their boats, and we sat and talked for a while and drank coffee. It's busy out here, so you got to kind of wait your turn on certain drifts. So we were just all shooting the breeze. Then I come back up around on a little different part of the structure, but this wind is laid right down. It's died. And I switched. I put a blade bait on, and I won blade baits in Homey the Clown pattern. Everybody knows Homey. I'll show them to you in a second. And if you don't know Homey, you should. Because I got on this little piece of structure, the wind died, and so I'm fan casting it, and I hole in one the first fish, and I've had 2 more, so 3 keepers. That first one, that hole in one fish was 19 inches. 3 keepers in about 10 minutes, and there's Homey. Black and gold with that big red dot right on the side. Low light conditions. I've caught fish on Homey in all conditions. Low light conditions, early and late. That black and gold really excels. And funnily enough, and I haven't fished them much lately because these fish have been just chewing on that shiver minnow. I made 3 drifts this morning through very highly populated spots. A couple spots were paved with fish, and I got 1 short on those first 2 drifts with that shiver minnow, but they were up high. They were up 2 to 4 feet off the bottom, and usually that jigging wrap doesn't get up that high, and if they're, they don't look down, so they got to see it, and maybe I was below them. But I got Homey working out here now. Let's see if we get a little bit of breeze back. But I got Homey working now, and see what happens. 9 o'clock, I would assume I'm out here for another hour. So I think we'll do a 10 o'clock wrap up. All right, talk to you soon. Keep your tip up. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. It's 10 a.m. I'm getting ready to call it a day. I found a little group of fish that wanted me to reintroduce them to Homey the Clown. I won blade baits, black gold, big red dot. Homey was not playing there for about 20 minutes. 3 keepers, lost 1. Boom, boom, boom. Right on top of this hump. I think I ended up the morning so far jigging 3 keepers, and I had 9 or 10 total fish, so 6 or 7 shorts. And so I said, well, I kind of got tired of jigging. The wind completely died, and I was sitting right in just one spot, not even moving. I'm like, well, whatever. So I'd messed around. I trolled for half an hour this morning, and I picked the rod back up. I slapped a stick bait on it, rigged up a leader and a trolling weight. I have not been bit, but I have trolled over a lot of fish. This bait caster is not really my deal for trolling. I should have something where I can figure out and reproduce my results once you have them, and all that fun stuff. I'm just messing around. I thought for sure I'd get bit right here. I haven't, but I'm just coming off this break again. But there was plenty of fish this morning. It was busy in the spot I was on this morning. There were 20 or 30 boats, which was great. And the wonderful thing about it is everybody was in fairly close proximity to each other. Close proximity. And some of that structure is pretty intricate. Everybody was great. Everybody was enjoying themselves. There's one right there. Right there. There's one. There's one. He's still there? He is. There he is. That is officially my first trolling fish of the year. He is, let's see. And he's a keeper. He's 15 and a quarter. Huh, that was awesome. right on the edge, coming off shallow. I'll show you what I caught him on. Hold on. I don't know how many people are going to remember this pattern, but there was a time, Rebel used to make one too. There was a time where this was the deal. And that is the walleye pattern. Rapala, what's that, a number 7 Shad Rap. And I'm running about a 5-foot lead. I'm running a 5-foot lead down to a 3/4 of an ounce keeled trolling weight. So that was my 4th keeper of the day. I'm going to turn around and you don't let a kid who spent his whole young adult life as a charter boat captain or first mate on a charter boat. That's all I did was troll. I can't think of anything I've done more in my life as far as total number of hours than troll. And it's cool when you're like I'm holding the rod. I do have a rod holder right here. I'm just holding the rod. And that was cool to feel him bite it. To feel him hit it. It's awesome. All right. I'm going to go right back up over that, and let's see if we can do that again. That was fun. Sun's coming out. Going to be a beautiful Saturday. Beautiful Saturday. So what I was saying is, what was so beautiful this morning about being around all those boats, and everybody was catching fish for one thing, I'll tell you that. And you could hear a couple times, you could hear people going, yeah, that's a good one, and you'd see them scoop it, and they're a ways away, but, it's still awesome. You hear people, that's why we're all here. We're here to enjoy ourselves and to have a respite from the intricacies and the pressures and the stresses of life and the realities of life, to get out here and to just relax and catch our breath. And listen, everybody wants to catch fish, but catching fish isn't the only reason we come out here. And to hear people sharing those moments, or the 30 minutes I spent with 3 of my buddies rafted up in the middle of the lake on a Saturday morning, having coffee and shooting the breeze, catching up, like, that's invaluable. That was, for a moment, the lake was our diner, and we were all hanging out, and we'd met up out here in the morning, and they knew where I was going to be, and that kind of stuff is awesome. And it's real, and it's as valuable as catching a 5-pounder, and as important to me and what I do and why I do it. I used to always love the duck hunt more than I liked the deer hunt, and the sole reason, or goose hunt, and the sole reason was because you did it socially with a group of people, and you'd have your buddies, and you could sit in the duck blind or lay in the goose field and talk and back and forth and have camaraderie and all of those fun things, and not have to be still and quiet and alone. It was social. It was fun. The other day on the party boat down there, stay tuned this week. I will have more details because I'm going to have to do this sooner than later. That party boat atmosphere was a party. That's a great way of describing it. It was a party. And it was a lot of people, and it was social, and everybody was great. Nobody was a douche. And when we all go, it'll be a private, we will charter out the whole party boat. It'll be just our group on the boat, which will make it even better. So it's I enjoy a lot of different aspects of fishing, and they all contribute to the overall. I fish every day, and there's a part of me that feels like it's almost a necessity. I'm going to check this and go over it one more time. I think I picked up some cabbage. Oh, I did not. It's clean. I'm going to turn around and go right back over it. You guys want to stick with me for a few minutes? We'll do one more pass. See if I can't pluck keeper number 5 of the morning. Lots of limits. I'm trolling between 1.7 and 2.0 with this program. If you're going to run lures, it's about double what you would pull harnesses at. Harnesses are right around 1. Lures are right around 2 for walleyes here in Oneida. So because I don't have a line counter or a count passes on the level line, because I don't have that, what I'm doing is I'm free spooling it and I'm bouncing bottom right off the bat. Then I'll let it go a minute or so and let it come up and figure out where it's going to be, and then I'll bounce bottom again and just close the bail and let it come up. My theory is it's coming up 3-4 feet off the bottom. So I'm going to bounce again. Now I'll set it and forget it. I'm like Ron Popeil. I really feel like we're due for another bite right here. I can feel him looking at it with this JT Rods Black Rain set up with a bait casting handle on it, 7'3" action. This thing is, I've done a lot of stuff with it already in the short time that I've had it. I've only been fishing these rods this season, and I cannot stress how much I enjoy them and how nice of a tool they are in your hand. They're gorgeous rods. Ooh, doggy, this sun is coming out. And being I'm made of pure sugar, I'm going to melt. My wife says I'm made of pure sugar all the time, but I mean, I have to believe her. You got to believe it, right? As my buddy Chuck Orlando says, got to believe it. All right, I'm getting out of here. I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. If you like what we do here, please subscribe, like, comment, share, be a part of the group. There's room for everybody at the Cool Kids table. I love you guys. Have a great, great, great Saturday, and keep your tip up.